Hi, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the session. Myself, Shalini. Hope I'm audible to everyone. So, as we discussed this session all about one-on-one daily mains answer writing as a philosophical topic test, which was held on 20th August. So, Manoj sir is here and he'll discuss about the dimension of essay philosophical test. Then we'll start taking a question from you. And so, welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. So, how we are going to conduct this session? This session is all about answer writing, as you know, but it's not a regular answer writing session. Mostly, what happens about the answer writing that at most of the places, it's basically about the lecturing. Whether it is in the classes or the social media or whatever it is. What we have realized after getting constant feedback from the students that until unless you create a tangible criteria on the basis of which you are going to take the corrective measures, it is not going to serve the purpose. So, and that's why we have decided to initiate answer writing session, which demonstrate the things rather than lecturing. So I will share certain things with you, my experience, then whatever copies corrected, or most of the copies are corrected already. Some of the copies I will take, I will demonstrate how we have corrected it, and I will highlight certain things, and then you can ask questions. So this is how it is going to be. So allow me to share my screen, and then we will proceed further. Fine. So we have initiated, this is called hotspot interactive answer writing session. Hotspot in the sense, it's not about lecturing about the answer writing. It's basically highlighting the spot on which you have to work very, very specifically rather than lecturing. And it is an open initiative. We have decided to, you can say, reach out to more than, you can say, 50,000 students with whom we are going to interact one-to-one. We are going to correct the copies. And then whatever doubts you have, you can ask here itself. Otherwise, also you can easily drop your queries in the you can say the community where you have uploaded your copies. See about the you can say answer writing here. We have already uploaded questions. You have answered it. We have corrected it, and now it's a time to interact. This is how it is going to be. So a continuous process will help to demonstrate, to highlight the things. And then you can take very, very accurate, specific measures to improve it. This is what the purpose of a GSA score is. So, see, this is answer writing, and we are going to touch is almost all the areas of GS and most of the optionals also. Today we have essay writing sessions. So the first thing, whenever we, you can say, talk about essay writing, you need to understand one and only one thing. That essay writing is all about one thing, and that is you have to write a relevant write-up. Relevant simply means, number one, topic, you understand the topic very well, and then you are very close to the demand of the topic. Number two, very, very good content. And I will also discuss what is mean by good content and general content. Then your ability to you can say, create key ideas around which you are going to write. Main ideas and explanation, examples, and good flow. See, when we talk about the content, you have to understand that content comes out of few things. Number one, underlying meaning. That whenever any topic comes to you, there is apparent meaning, there is an underlying meaning. Today we are talking about the philosophical essay, so I will focus more about the philosophical essay. See, what is the difference between the philosophical essay writing and the you can say the topics which is of the general nature? That philosophical topics are generally abstract in nature. So anything which is abstract, the first task you have to you can say do is basically to fix the scope of the topic. That this is the boundary in which you have to play with the content. In general topic or the topic which is very straightforward, there you don't have the problem to understand the meaning of it, but in the philosophical topic you have. And so underlying meaning, you can say, plays very very crucial role here. Number two, brainstorming, as we know. But brainstorming you have to do in two parts. Number one, first 4 or 5 minutes you interact with the topic itself, make a conversation, ask questions to the topic itself. Whatever comes to your mind, let it be. And then the second part of the brainstorming, that you have to put the things in order. At the same time, when you go for the brainstorming, you have to go for assessing information depth, in the sense how much depth you have, because you might have observed that whenever you go for a writing, sometimes in between you feel that there is a lack of content. And you can say, so these are the things which you have to think about the content. And then comes the crafting. Crafting simply means ordering, paragraphing, linkage, closing, opening an idea, signpost means direction. So the point which I want to put here to everyone, that whenever you think of essay writing, always try to understand that it consists of two things: content and crafting. Content is all about what we have discussed here. So it's all about ordering the things underlying meaning, content, examples, critical analysis, etc. And crafting is basically how you present the things. So the very important point about the essay is that it is a gradual improvement process. It is not like you have written some 4 or 5 essay and you will improve. So it's basically a gradual improvement. Gradually things happens. So you may need to maintain a consistency, and that's why here I am going to highlight what is mean by hot spot. In the sense, I will highlight this spot where you need to work consistently, and surely you will improve. See, I will come to the common mistake, but before that, you can say the first topic today, first topic which you have attempted is basically, the first topic is life is a long journey between human being and being human. See, whenever any topics comes to you of these natures, then obviously you will have to understand two things. There are keywords, but keywords are only of initial help, but it doesn't give the collective meaning and the complete meaning of a topic. So in any topic, whether it is philosophical or any other topic, whenever any topic comes to you, you have to, you can say, you have two tasks. Number one, you understand the correct meaning of a topic. Number two, that you have at least 4 to 5 key ideas where you have enough content, examples, case studies through which you can evaluate, examine, explain the meaning of the topic. This is what the essay writing is all about. So when this topic comes, life is a long journey between human being and being human. See, there are 3 words apparently which is visible in the topic. That is, life is a long journey, being human and being human, human being and being human. These 3 words, but these 3 words help you to understand certain things, that this topic is all about quality of life. This all about you can say human being rather than being human rather than human being. But when you have to go for you can say explanation, analyzing the things, you need to you can say go for certain ideas which helps you to get very close to the demand of the topic, as well as you are able to analyze, critically analyze, and able to create a compelling narrative which helps you to get 150, 160. Because the students are getting 160 plus even in the toughest year, where you can say UPSC has not gone in the say very well, the way they correct the copies, and then their marking pattern was not in the favor of essay. Even then, students scored 160 plus, and you will find many of the candidates' copies uploaded on our website who scored 160 plus, 165. And so this is what. Now this topic is all about. Number one, that a human being become human. How? means how a human being can be more human and why it is so. What is the importance of it? This is the point number one. Number two, we all have animal instinct, but what makes someone being human? Number three, life cannot be seen only in terms of year lived, because the first part of this topic is this only. So this topic talks about the experience of life process. Now when you go for experience of life process or explaining about the experience of life process, then love, kind, compassion, to the other aspects of the anger, greed, etc. And then you have to start comparing. Here comes the analysis. You have so many examples in the contemporary world, and then you can substantiate your answer. And then obviously that this topic simply means that we are not just biological creation. We are not just biological creation. We are much more than that. So when we say we are much more than that, then here comes your responsibility to bring clarity. What does mean by much more than that? This is what the topic is all about. Because we have cognitive capabilities, and it simply means we are able to take decisions. And when we are able to take decisions, then we will have to find that existence at the lower level and existence at the higher level. I repeat, and then you have to make a comparative analysis between what is meant by lower level existence and higher level existence. And when you start comparing, here comes the quality of analysis, the opportunity to talk about the quality of means you are going to expose yourself with respect to the quality of analysis. And here you can talk about the examples. So here I'm not talking about the structure and all. I'm talking about simply that these are certain points which is the key demand of this topic. You have privilege to write, means if there are 1,000 students, 1,000 ways are there to write, but you cannot afford to lose the essence of essay. You cannot afford to lose the essence of the topic, the core demand of the topic. This is what this topic is all about. The second topic was based off an individual is not necessarily based off the society. Very simple topic, very straightforward topic. Both interesting is basically there is a huge registration, and we have received means almost equal number of, you can say, attempted topics. Means half of the students approximately attempted the first one, and half of the you can say students approximately attempted the second one. Both the topics are almost, you can say, uh, uh, means one thing that is all about the quality of the life, individual, institutions, and there are a lot of examples. So when we come to the second topic is all about best of an individual is not necessarily best for the society. So this topic is essentially about individualism versus collectivism. I repeat, individualism versus collectivism. So whenever any topic comes to you, you have to find out what is the core idea around which this topic has been framed. Because once you understand what is the core idea, then that becomes the central theme along which you remain throughout the writing. So always try to understand whenever you read any topic, especially the philosophical topic, you have to identify the core idea around which the topic has been framed. So number one, this when we talk about individualism versus uh, collectivism. So number one, this talks about the individual freedom, because it says based off an individual is not necessarily best for the society. So either you can start with the societal aspect, or we can talk about the individual. It all depends upon you. So you can start with the individualism and freedom. And when we talk about the freedom in this context, then second point comes the role of society. We want the role of society should be regulatory. Then comes obviously why society, why institution, why structured morality, and then again you have to go for very deep analysis by taking uh, an idea that can individual interest and social interest come together. Do you have an example why it is not coming together? What steps should be taken to you can say to bring it together? What is the importance of role models? How socialization happens? Now, these are certain ideas that automatically comes to the mind whenever you are able to find the correct idea. Because what we are talking about, the idea and context relationship. For example, if we are talking about individualism, freedom is one context around which we can discuss. Another idea could be here modernity versus tradition. Tradition. So these are certain aspects around which you have to you can say right. These are the essential demand of this topic. Fine. Now, when you start and when you are not finding anything, it is always better to ask questions to the topic itself. Because questions, or by asking questions, you start getting references through which you can start getting certain ideas, along with the line of which you can start writing. So these are certain things you can say broader demand of this topic. See, as far as assessment is concerned, we have evaluated your copies extensively. Marking is also done. I will highlight certain things to you can say demonstrate how you have written, how you should have attempted it, and then we will go for question answer session. Fine. So let me say just give me some more time to show your answer sheets. Fine. Just a moment. Fine. So now allow me to take your copies, and with the help of your copies, I will describe, I will explain, I will demonstrate how you have attempted it. So the first copy I'm going to take of see this copy. I'm not taking a name. I will take the name also, no issue for that. It's a community-driven exercise, since we are doing you can say open for everyone, and the purpose is basically to help you out and to reach more and more students, not to lecture, but to do something which is more practical. So let's see this topic. This. Now, this gentleman has written on the topic, life is long journey between being human and being human. But if you look at this, the complete exercise, or the way one has attempted it, fine, you see. First paragraph, second paragraph. These copies are also uploaded on the web, you can say community, so you can easily access. Second paragraph. Now you see, this gentleman is writing something, fine, which is not very clear. Now, if you want to make a diagram, the question is why you want to make. Everyone is doing. Is it relevant here? A big question. And that's why I have written that relevance to the topic is not clear. So here you will find that most of the time students are writing something which is repetitive. Means you are writing something which again you are saying the same thing, considering India's same thing. Only thing is that you are taking some another words or the idea, but the meaning is almost same, almost same. Let's take the copy of Apurva. Fine. Now you look at great amount of clarity. She has written based off an individual is not necessarily based for the society. Great amount of clarity, organized. But you see, what I'm trying to highlight is here that my question to you, that if there are 2, 3, 4, 5 different gentlemen or students are writing, why they are thinking alike? Now you will find that there are many copies where you have deliberately, you try to bring diagrams, flowchart, etc. I have a question to you. Why you want to do so? What you want to showcase? Is it relevant? Not relevant? Another point where in this copy you will find that most of the things are not very well linked, in the sense good points, but it's not interlinked. And so this copy has a major issue of crafting, less issue of content. So the point which I'm trying to highlight by showing these kind of copies, that if you go through these copies, then you should know where to work hard. In the sense, Apurva has to work more in terms of integration, crafting, rather than the content, because she has content and it's a great amount of clarity. But if you don't have crafting, in the sense, if the things are disjointed, it's not very well integrated, then you may lose 30-40 marks, because 160 plus you will get only when you are good in content and crafting both. Content and crafting both, then only you can go. Let's take another copy. Just a moment. So this copy is of Abuzar, and Abuzar has attempted a topic based for an individual is not necessarily based for the society. Now, if you carefully see this copy, then the another problem, what you have to understand, that this problem called touch and go, means you have idea, but you are not making an idea complete. You are not making complete. The clarity in explanation is lacking. So what you are doing, you are moving very quick. You are moving very quick from one point to another point to another point to another point, and you are not giving, you can say, a complete picture, a very deep analysis. Rather, you are simply going from one aspect to the another aspect. I tell you how. See, look at just one example. See, let's see this paragraph. It says that, however, at some instances, it can also be said that what is best for the individual is best for the society. Thus, this is become today the world in moving more individualism. Okay, fine, that's okay. I give you one example. Just a moment. Just see this paragraph, complete paragraph. Fine. In this paragraph, he is talking about, in any case, if there is a condition over what is best for the individual is not necessarily best for the society, then the greater good for greater number should prevail. Fine. Now the question is, whenever you go for this kind of a statement or anything, you have to keep in mind that you have to write why, and can you substantiate by citing certain examples. If you are not substantiating your point, then this is half done. Even if you are correct, probably you will not get good marks. So what happens that whenever you attempt or keep on writing these kind of things, then you always emphasize on answer writing by understanding that I am good in content. No doubt about it. This is what the hot spot of answer writing is, that I am highlighting this spot where you need to understand that it is not complete. It will not give you edge. So the point which I wanted to highlight through showing several copies, that whatever you write, you make sure that every dimension, every aspect is complete in itself. Another example I take with the help of this copy. This is a copy of Ajay. Now, you see, these days there is a lot of fashion to talk about anecdote. Some toppers has started with the anecdote, so most of the candidates used to follow the same path, and then they think that we should start with the anecdote. and there is no you can say wrong about it. But whenever you go to copy someone else, you need to be very careful, because you may not be good, you may be good, you may not be good. Now these days there is a fashion to start with the anecdote. Okay, fine. You see, this gentleman has started by writing person A. She is 25-year-old woman. She have completed this, and then he compares person B. She's also 25 years old, etc. Now my question to you: when you have so much of good examples available, and which is already in the public domain, why you are writing something through which you are not able to you can say give the complete meaning? So here it's not a question of good, bad, right, wrong. It's a question of effectiveness. Whenever you write, you have to judge yourself from the point of view of effectiveness, because this is the effectiveness that helps you to cross 150 or 160, not simply the ideas, information, or content. And that's why I started by saying that essay is all about the author's own argument. Essay is all about, it's basically about relevant write-up. So this is how you need to you can say think. Uh, Generally, you will find you have a problem of is the way you should start. Yes, and what you should not do. I give you one example. Uh, just a moment. Allow me to open. Now you see what is mean by complete. I allow me to you can say continue with the last copy itself. This is copy of Akanksha. Fine. All the copies are uploaded on your community. It's open. You can put your comment. I will answer each and every you can say your queries. Then we can interact also personally. No issue for that. But you can drop your queries in the community itself, and I will respond to each and every one. So see, she has attempted life is a long journey between human being and being human. Now the question is here that here it talks about origin of life dates back to this being human, this. Now you see simply that it is not incorrect, but it's not complete. And since then she started human being and exploration. You have entered into the body part, and then you have started talking one to one, one to one, one to one, one, and it's basically you can say you are trying to give so much of information, but it's not complete. So you have example here that when you are going to write, you need to understand here that you have to make intro which is complete. It's not a complete introduction, and so you may not get good marks. It's simply you have touched and you have moved to the body part, and it's not giving you can say the complete meaning also. So this is one aspect through which these copies I'm trying to you can say demonstrate that what is mean by complete. What are the things that you need to take care? What does mean by why? Analysis, examples, where to put, how to make paragraphs. For example, you might have seen that Apurva's copy is exceptionally good, but the other part, apart from the content, is lacking. So even if she is good, she is not able to get the 160 marks because some of the very crucial aspect is missing. So by working only on the content, she may not get good marks. So you need to be very focused where to work hard. What is that hot spot where you need to work? Fine. So this is one aspect. Then let's take this copy again. Fine. Again, I am saying you how students used to copy each other without realizing that whether it is required or not. You just see. I am simply taking some of the examples. Otherwise, there are full of examples. She is also doing the same thing, diagram, flow chart, etc. But again, I have a question. Why? Why everyone is making the same thing? Now, you are not typically a student of GSC score, where I have taught everyone to do the same thing. Now, one student is from Dehradun, another student is from Tamil Nadu, another student is from Assam, etc. But interestingly, you try to see most of the copies are same. It simply means that most of the candidates have created a rule sort of thing without realizing that you need to be exclusive according to the demand of the topic. You have created a rule and you are simply applying that rule, whatever topic comes to you. So this is something that you need to understand. And I give you one very interesting example by comparing two copies. By comparing two copies, and then uh, that will help you to you can say understand. Let me open two copies. You see, this is a copy of Devika, fine, and she has written beautifully, fine, fantastic. Now, interestingly, she is writing about life is a long journey between being human being and being human. So here, what she is doing, she is giving example of a movie that is called Bajrangi Bhaijaan. Fine, and nothing wrong in it. I don't say that you can be creative. No issue for that. No issue for that. Now, she is giving one example of Bajrangi Bhaijaan in the introduction. Fine, and let's compare the copy of you can say Tamanna. Tamanna is giving example, though the topic is different, but she is giving the example of Mahabharat in the introduction itself. Mahabharat. Fine. Here, Kurukshetra, Pandava, Duryodhan, Kaurava, and exceptionally good, very, very good, fantastic. Now the question is, if you start comparing both, this is a question of effectiveness. So whenever you have to write, if you or you want to substantiate, or you want to put example, or you want to illustrate certain things, or you want to give certain anecdotes, always try to remember one thing, that you have to follow one rule, that always try to take content from established wisdom. Established wisdom. Mahabharata is established wisdom. Gita is established wisdom. It is in the you can say, or there are many things which is in the public domain. Now, if you compare the copy of Akanksha, fine, sorry, copy of Devika, fine, it's not wrong. It's beautifully written, very well written. But the moment when this copy is going to be compared with you can say the copy of Tamanna, Tamanna will have edge, because she is taking certain things which is established wisdom, which is in the public domain, and that gives a very loud message. Loud message. She is trying to make a compelling narrative where she will take edge over the others. This is what this examination is. This is what any competitive examination is, where it helps you to take edge over the others. It's not a fight of good content, bad content. It's basically what helps you to take edge over the others. That's it. Very simple. Now, the point which I'm trying to highlight here, that why it happens, that most of the candidates are writing same. Writing same. This is where you need to reflect. You need to think about. And what is called, you can say, see, this is a copy of Suraj, which is not, you can say, complete. He is just trying to put so much of information without explaining it, without analyzing it, without you can say connecting the paragraphs, dots, etc. And so even if you have content, you will not good marks. Good marks. Even in the community, you will find a copy of Surbi, and just give me. I'd show you Surbi's copy also. Just a moment. So this is a copy of Survi Patak. Fine. And in the Survi's copy, you will find that what is called a perspective. Very good example, very good example. But though there are more examples, you should avoid it because by putting back-to-back examples is not a good idea. Rather, analysis, key ideas should be at the top, supported by the examples, illustration, data, case study. That would have been better. And with the same kind of content, you can easily cross 160. Should be because you captured the key ideas very well. It's a correct context. The only thing is that it's a little bit of a repetitive, otherwise the points are beautifully captured. So you have all the sorts of examples which I put before you. Number one, it's a repetitive. Number two, so allow me to go for one thing, that how you people are making you can say mistakes. So again, coming back to the slide. See, these are the common mistakes. What I observed, that you are focusing on apparent meaning, not trying to understand what is the you can say underlying meaning of it, the topic. You are hooked by the keywords. Once you understand any keyword, you are in and around the keyword rather than the holistic meaning. Emotion and preconceived notion dominates your writing. In both the topics, you will find it. There is a great problem in how to start. Overemphasis on certain things. Either you have more content, or you can say you are going in the flow. You don't know where to stop, and you are becoming, you can say, repetitive sort of thing. So when you are becoming repetitive. Then obviously you are trying to play with the same idea in the different context, but the meaning is same. So you need to keep yourself fresh whenever you think of any idea, any dimension. And sometimes you are more and more example driven. You have to be you can say idea and analysis driven. These are the you can say the common mistakes that you need to take care. So these were the points which I wanted to highlight. Fine. Now, quickly, you raise your hands. You can ask your query, and then I will answer all your queries one by one. You have to, you can say, show your face off the camera. The way I am interacting, you should also interact. Make it more interactive. This will serve the purpose. I will try to you can say answer most of the questions. If I cannot take all the questions, then you can put in the communities query box, and then I will start answering each and everything. So I will take a name of each and every candidate, and then they can ask questions. Yeah, Madhav, please go ahead. Madhav, you want to ask question? Morning,
Good morning,
Madhav.
sir. Yes, sir. Sir, I have a question regarding philosophical essay. So, in philosophical
Madhav,
essay,
Madhav,
whenever any topic
Madhav,
is
अपना
given.
चेहरा तो दिखाओ. Yes, go ahead, Madhav. Go ahead. On the lighter note, go ahead.
Yes, sir. So, whenever any philosophical essay is given,
Hmm.
we often have a two opinions. Like best for a topic or best for a society is not that topic. We have two opinions. Whether we agree with the topic or whether we do not agree with the
हाँ.
topic. There are different perspectives.
Hmm.
That society's best can be individuals' best. Society's
Hmm.
best cannot be individuals' best.
Hmm.
Individuals' best cannot be society's. So
Exactly.
my question is that whether at the end we have to give our personal opinion on that topic, or whether we have to just balance out all the perspectives.
See, number one, that you have to capture all the perspective in the body part. Body part is all about, you can say, analysis. So you need to yourself open yourself. You have to keep yourself open. Try to understand. Introduction is all about body. Introduction is all about topic. Here you are not going to give your personal opinion. You are trying to capture the essence of the topic. Body is all about postmarking things, analysis, everything about the you can say the topic. And conclusion is all about you, what is your final stand on it. So if you want to go for either individualism, you must have ability to substantiate it. If you think you have to give a collectivism or society upper hand, you have to substantiate it. But my point is here, whenever you try to write you can say conclusion, don't write as if it is so easy. You have to capture the paradox also, because Madhav, the solution is not so easy. It's not so easy. So where is the paradox? What are the challenges that also you need to capture? This is what I would like to say.
Means that मतलब whenever we substantiate our view and the conclusion, uh, rather after giving our opinion, we should close it up with the challenges. In the
Exactly. Challenges plus one point, Madhav. The point is basically that it is not about your opinion. It is basically about your opinion, which must be very well received, very well accepted. Now, so the point which I'm trying to make to everyone, when you are going to, you can say, you are going to make the point, how you are going to make it more acceptable. It's not about simply about the point. It's basically about the how well it is going to be received by the examiner. And so the way you put and the way you substantiate matters a lot.
okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Surbi, please go ahead, Surbi.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Morning, Surbi. You have written very well, Surbi.
Yeah, thank you so much. I could see most of the feedback I got from your video
Yes,
itself. I had just
yes,
two, three doubts.
yes, please go ahead, Surbi.
Yes, so I started with an anecdote about the Nirbhaya case,
Hmm.
but then I actually got the feedback that I could have referred to the, I think, the movie also, or the TV series that was created based on the case. So in that case, isn't that a conflict between a real scenario versus what has been shown in the
No,
movie?
you can say what I trying to say that it's not about you can say Nirbhaya case. There is nothing wrong in it. What you have done is you can say you have put too much of examples. So you started by talking about the 2012. What was 2012? If I remember correctly, the year of speculation and all, world will ends, etc. So the point which I have highlighted, try to say that instead of writing, you can put one or two points rather than writing too many things. So either you go for the, you can say, the real thing or movie thing or anything. Try to bring more clarity. Just pick one thing and then you explain the things. That's it, nothing else. So it's always better to, you can
Okay,
say,
that I
you the way you have attempted is good. No issue for that.
Okay, and with respect to the content, I could see that I have added many of the examples instead of writing some content as well.
Yes,
So
you have
what I feel is when I add the
you have not left anything, right? From Mother Teresa to Afghanistan to Nirbhaya to, you can say, so many things you can say you have attempted, and there is nothing wrong. But so we just keep one thing in mind, that examples has certain purpose. Examples, whatever examples you bring in your write-up, it has certain purpose. Number one, the purpose number one, that it brings clarity in explanation. Number two, it helps to substantiate your point. Number three, sometimes you don't know exactly where to start or something is not coming to the mind. Then example help you to take the clue from the example, write examples, and then explain the meaning of it, analyze the meaning of it or underlying meaning of any examples. So by putting back to back example, what happens that it overshadow your key idea. Your key ideas are lost, and only examples, though it is very relevant, but the point which I wanted to highlight while I discussing to the all the candidates, I was not aware from which place you are, Surbi.
sir, I'm from Uttarakhand,
Uttarakhand. So where are you right now?
Dehradun.
Dehradun. Good. So Surbi, the point which I wanted to highlight, that with the same kind of content you can easily cross 160. My experience says, because there are so many copies highlighted on you can say, or uploaded on the website also, those who are selected. For example, Khushbu Latehar, for example, Vikram Grewal, for example, there are so many things you will find, so many candidates, those who cross 160. And I had opportunity to interact with them, and they were a student at GSS Core. So with the same content, you can across 160. The point which I wanted to highlight: number one, then don't allow anything to overshadow your key idea. Number two, that analysis is the key to take edge. Number three, avoid repetition. And number four, back-to-back examples. You can say sometimes drag you in the direction where you are lost, and by giving too much of examples. So certain things you have to keep in mind. Rest of the things are exceptionally good, fantastic, very good.
Okay. So just one more thing. Is it right to start with a heading? So suppose I'm going towards a conclusion, or I'm discussing in between a certain as an opposite side to the essay. So
Yes,
I
of course.
use small
Of
heading.
course, yes. Don't do it frequently, because
Yeah,
if
just
you
twice,
do,
twice.
yes, if you go for frequently, then your flow will break, and it will be more like a GS paper. So you can create a pillar. These kind of things are like pillars around which you want to keep yourself. So nothing wrong in it. Nothing wrong in it. Just one and only one thing, that it should be less in number.
Yes. Okay.
In any case, it should not be more than 4 or 5 in whole write-up.
Right. 2, 3, I think are enough. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Sylvie. God
Thank you
bless.
so much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Urmil, yes, please go ahead.
Good morning, sir. Sir, first of all, my answer copy has not been evaluated, but when I was rereading other answer copies, the evaluation that we gave, I was constantly checking. And when I reread my answer, I found it very shallow. So, what can I do to, bring in more deeper analysis?
Urmil, all the copies which was uploaded on the same day, we have corrected it, because what happens that now it is going to be a series sort of thing,
Oh,
and we have initiated this because see, most of the candidates has you can say a problem that faculties are not available. You can say uh, we are also kathavachak, so I can give you lecture 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, but that will not serve the purpose
okay.
until unless we highlight the way we discuss with the Surbi or some other you can say candidates. It has to be tangible, and that's why what happens sometimes we have pressure if it is highlighted on the same you can say uploaded on the same day. So it gives me us opportunity to assess how much time I'm going to devote it. That's why. Otherwise, I will correct it. Don't worry for that. Yes, Urmil, do one thing that. I will correct your copies. I will today itself I will do, and then once I correct your copies, then again you can ask. Allow me to just go through it, because when you are saying that you are shallow in writing, it simply means that you are not confident of the quality of analysis. So certainly will take care of this. Just give me today's time, and I will correct and I will upload on the public. I will do so.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Subham, please go ahead, Subham.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Subham.
Sir, I want to ask about multi-dimension in the essay because I got 50 marks, but the remarks in my essay was about multi-dimensionality. So I want to ask about that.
See, multi-dimension simply means here at least you have to talk about the 4 or 5 dimensions. 4 or 5, why I say so? Because you cannot create some 8 or 10 dimensions, because you are not able to do justice with each dimension, because you need a space also for and when you are just in and around 1 or 2 dimensions, but repeating the things, then it becomes either overemphasis of certain idea, or you can say overemphasis, or otherwise it's a kind of a repetition. So I will help you to do one thing, and that is called brainstorming. By the help of brainstorming and rough work, you can take care of most of the things, and for the most of the students. So I will do a rough work, and then I will upload in the community itself, and you will get message, and then on the basis of that we will start discussion. I will take care of your copy also. I will take care of the concern query also. So just give me some time to upload the another session.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. From which place you are, Subham?
Sir, I am from Maharashtra, Ahmednagar.
Ahmednagar. Fine, fine. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So my dear friends, this is what the you can say discussion is all about. Here, in brief, in this session, I can do this much only. I cannot make it like a class where I can take class of 4 or 5 hours and discussion one to one. And but the purpose was very simple. That instead of lecturing on answer writing, why not to engage with you, which brings more practical experience, which demonstrate that where to work, where not to work, how to do, and then take all the queries in the communities so that we can learn together. I will learn from you, you will learn from me, and everyone will learn from each other. So this is what the you can say the session was. And so if you have more and more queries, drop in the you can say community box, and I will start taking you can say, or I will reply each and every queries. So thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Anyone left or anyone wants to ask query? Anyone, please? So thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. It was nice discussion, and we'll meet. You can say in the another session also, because it is going to be a long series where we'll try to reach out to the maximum people, or you can say bring more and more people in the discussion, and we'll do so. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. Thank you.